If you think the price of winning is too high, wait till you get the bill from regret.
We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today is Vlogmas day 18? Yeah, day 18. It's gonna actually be a little bit of a vlog today. I went to the gym this morning. I didn't vlog that, but while I was there, I just thought, let me just follow up on what I discussed yesterday in terms of like goal setting, reflecting on the year I had, and writing down my goals and my game plan to achieving my goals for 2024. So it's kind of funny. I was at the gym this morning and I wasn't gonna go to the sauna because I thought I wouldn't have had the time, but then something changed and I had the time, so I said, all right, let me go down there. Walked in there, there was someone in there, and as soon as I walked in, she's like, hey, how you doing? I had my headphones in because I was listening to some productivity stuff and whatever, just to get myself in that frame of mind. And she's like, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Happy Monday, whatever. It's like super chipper. I'm nice, but I'm not like that person that I'll go in and I'll say good morning and then I'll just sit down and that's it. But I'm not a overly friendly, chipper kind of person. So part of it is also, this might come as a surprise to some people, but I'm a little shy. But anyway, she was just there and we were talking about so many things. And it's so funny because we talked about like goal setting, struggles, a lot of things. I feel like she just had the message that I needed to hear for today. Like she supercharged my day to get out there and do what I needed to do. Maybe I ended up spending an hour in there. When I came out, I was so hungry and dehydrated because I just finished working out and then to go sit in the heat for an hour. But we're just in there talking for so long. About after 20 minutes of talking, someone else came in there and I was just like, oh, wonder if we're disturbing her. But not long, maybe like 10-15 minutes, she sat there and she took off her headphones and she was just like, I'm listening and I'm really enjoying this conversation. Because when I tell you that lady was dropping some gems, also she said that she's 62. But you know what, I was at that good people age. She said that she's 62 and I promise you she looks so good. Like my mouth was left open when she said that. But I feel like she really helped me to work through some of the, not necessarily work through, but to understand that like some of the challenges that I think I may have and struggle with, I'm not the only one, and just walk out there in faith, put one foot in front of the other. Like devil is always gonna come with something, but just keep missing. Like and the other girl chimed in, like when I tell you they had some really good gems, and I just soaked all of that in, and yeah, it was just a message I needed to hear today. I really needed to hear that. The younger girl, she was actually my age. She was talking to her like we're literally in the same space. It's so funny how all three of us came together. But how oftentimes you'll hear people say sometimes God will put you in the right place to meet the right people at the right time. I felt like it was one of those situations because she was just so motivating. Because like I'm somebody that struggles with being present. It doesn't matter if life is good or life is not good. I'm always thinking about, okay, what to do next. I can never just be sitting down and even pat myself on the back and say, hey, you did a good job, or things aren't going good right now, revel in that for a second. And I'm always just having to think of, okay, this is today, what about tomorrow? This is this minute, what about minute 2? You know what I mean? I feel like that's something I have to address. And April, I remember her name because she did tell me her name. What April said is that it's like sometimes God will show you what the problem is so that you could fix it. And like that was a little bit profound for me because like it's something I've always known, but I can't say that I've consistently taken steps to fix that. So that's something that I'm gonna actively try to work on now. Just being present, accepting life as it goes, the highs and the lows, I'm not just always trying to rush to the next phase, whatever that is, whatever that looks like. And the other thing that was a big takeaway for me was just stepping out in faith. Even like doing this YouTube channel, posting these videos, nobody probably watching, or just friends and family watching right now, but I'm just posting it anyway because I made that commitment to do it, and I'm hoping that it'll help someone or help a lot of people. Obviously, nobody comes on YouTube to just talk to themselves or talk to their families. We have our phones, we can pick it up and call them. But I'm not like getting discouraged. So this journey in itself is helping me a lot in so many ways. Even just presenting myself, because I was just saying to one of my friends the other day, like, even sometimes how I come on camera, I'm so surprised. Like a younger me a few years ago would never post like some of the videos, like even sweaty me after gym, like just like if I wasn't all put together, like the image wasn't packaged a certain kind of way, like I'm not gonna show up, and that's just how I was. But I feel like I'm just learning to be a lot more accepting. I'm not where I want to be. I feel like there's a lot of growth that needs to take place. And so what I'm gonna do today is like, I feel like I'll have these moments a lot in life where I'll acknowledge challenges that I have, but I don't write them down. I don't write down or goals, challenges, goals, whatever that I have. I don't write them down, and I don't take actionable steps to make them come alive. And that's definitely what I want to change. If I don't change anything else for 2024, that's one thing I'm going to change, because we always hear that people say that if you write your goals down, you're at least one step closer to achieving it. And I always thought just like, mine is a powerful thing. I know where I want to go, so I don't need to write it down. Why do I need to write it down? But I kind of, just how this year went, I do see the benefit of writing things down, because I felt like I just kept going in different directions on several occasions. And if I'd written down like what my goals are and how I plan to get there, it wouldn't be so easy for me to just change direction, because I'll have somewhere to go back to check to see what is my why, what was the reason why I decided to go this direction in the first place. I'm not saying that I wouldn't necessarily not change directions, but sometimes all we need is just that thing to refocus us and for us to remember our why. Did not expect to talk this much. Also, she told me to read Matthew, the book of Matthew, and I plan to do that. I definitely believe in God and I trust God, but I feel like our relationship hasn't really grown over the years, because again, like, I struggle with being present. Like, I'll be reading the Bible, but I'm thinking about, okay, when I read the Bible, I finish in 5 minutes, or I'll finish in 10 minutes, then I'll go to the gym, and what I'll do is like, I'm not dedicating that time. I'm not giving him what he deserves, and so it's almost like an obligation more than something that I do because I find peace in it and because it makes me feel a certain kind of way. And that's why I usually try to meditate sometimes, and it usually takes a long time for me to get to a space where what do I say now? It usually takes a long time for me to get to a space where I can actually sit still and go into a deep state of meditation, because like I said, I'll sit there, then my mind just begins to wander, and I'm just thinking about so many things, everything really. So that's one thing I may have to
Use the right lane
incorporate.
to take the exit onto State Route 138.
So I made it. So my best friend got me this planner from Nicole McLaren Campbell last year. She had one before and she used it. I asked her if it was helpful. Like, it sounded really good. So I asked her if it was helpful. She said yes, and she got me one. Thank you, bestie. This planner cost $100. So I really did not want to waste it and use it at a time where I didn't think I would get the most value from it. So as you can see, I've never used it, because I was just waiting to be in that perfect space, and then I'd have this and I'd just say, oh, I'm so organized, da 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 da, whatever. But I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put those plans down, because from my reflection today, I identified that that's actually one of the things I really didn't do last year, and I'll definitely be doing for the year coming. So one of the things that it talks about in the beginning is, just looking back at the year you had and identifying some of the wins, analyze everything, like be tough, be realistic with yourself, and see what you want to move forward with for the upcoming year. I really thought this was going to be a relatively simple exercise. I thought I'd go in, do my year in review today, start working on my goals, but it's like 3 sections. It said consider the last 12 months, your wins, your lessons, and then score it, right? I was only able to get to the end of the wins when I finished up today. And these are some of the questions that were asked. What goals did you achieve or feel happy about your work on/in? What are you most proud of that you made happen? What really worked for you? What habits, routines, actions, support led to your wins? How did you feel/show up? What would you like to sustain about how you worked, about how you played? On the surface, the question seemed simple enough, and I just started writing for each one of them. But as soon as I started writing, I realized that, it was a lot deeper than I initially thought about it, and there was a lot more to unpack for each question. So I spent a considerable amount of time just, writing how I felt and writing everything that came to me. It was a really enlightening experience. For example, I identified that while I did have achievements for 2023, in the section where it asked, like, what are some of the goals that you achieved for 2023? I wouldn't say they were goals, because they weren't things that I set out to achieve for 2023. They're like things that, as time went by, I decided to do, and I accomplished it. But they were achievements, but they weren't goals. They were just, like I said, I felt like I was going where the breeze took me for some parts of 2023, and I made some achievements and accomplishments along the way, but I really didn't have any overarching goals that I set out to accomplish for the year. And yeah, like I would say, I got a little bit lost in the sauce. But for 2024, I want to take a very different approach. I want to start off knowing and having direction, because you don't know, you can't say you want to go somewhere without having direction and knowing where you want to go. Then you'll just end up anywhere. And that's kind of what happened for me. I can sit and look into myself and be realistic enough to say that's a little bit of what happened to me in 2023. Anyways, so I'm hoping to finish up tomorrow, and I don't know what 2024 has in store for me, but one thing I know, I'll be armed, I'll be prepared, I'll be ready. I hope you have a wonderful Monday, a great start to your week, and a great week ahead. Cheers.